looks like it's gotten out of here pretty quick. So I gotta hopefully we're gonna play baseball tonight. My son didn't get rained out, but they probably got rained out most likely.
Travis told us he was a little sluggish because he ate too many pot pies over spring break.
He was at home. I asked him if they still had one water tower, or since he got famous, if they added another one there in Jennings, but he said it's still one. But yeah, you know what? I thought we actually had a pretty good day. We had some drop balls. We jumped offside twice, 3rd and 8, just some kind of concentration stuff, but their energy was really good. I was impressed with that. You know, you expect to just maybe a few little hiccups here and there when you've been off for 9 days or whatever it is, but I thought their desire and their energy and their competitiveness was what I hope to see. So I think they'll be excited to get back out there and play on Wednesday, and we only got 5 more days left. I mean, we got a lot to do, and we spend the first 9 days a lot of installation, kind of what to do, how to do it. These next 6 days we got to see who can do it, and then we got to get our evals done, and then give them some really good concrete feedback on what they got to do to get better and create some momentum going into the summer to improve their opportunity when camp gets back here. So that's the big focus this last part here is who can, where are they, how far can we get them, and what individually they need to do to transform through the summer.
Looked like you had Mario back. How are he and Kyler doing?
Yeah, everybody was pretty much back today. Let's see. I think we only had just a couple of guys that we held out today, but nothing major coming into practice. So I mean, they were fine. They both practiced, and Mario's toe's still a little sore, but he was a lot better.
How's the battle of defensive end coming along?
Good. It was good. I actually had an opportunity. I usually am with the Skelly all the time when we're doing that part of practice, but I actually gave the whistle to Streeter, and I wanted to go down and kind of get into that group a little bit today, doing some pass rush stuff. But they're good. I mean, you can obviously tell a big difference between the guys who've played, Logan and Xavier and Justin Foster. And even KJ, he played a little bit, and that shows, And then you got the new guys that are kind of still trying to figure things out. But love the group. They're improving. Their want to is what it needs to be. We're not a very detailed or fundamentally sound group right now, but again, the effort, the want to, the desire, all those things are there. So we're not having to pull teeth to get them to practice the way they need to practice to improve. That's just kind of in them, and so that's a positive.
Do you try to impress upon them the legacy of the D linemen here, or do you want them to kind of do their own thing and not sort of feel like they need to live up to the past?
Yeah, no, we don't spend any time talking about that. I mean, they know the standard of our program. Period. And the standard of our defense, the expectations that we have. They certainly are aware of. We've had a lot of great players that have come before them, but it's about them paving their own path and being the best version of themselves. I want Justin Foster to be Justin Foster. I don't think any of them are going to make the magazine covers this year. Last year we spent the whole summer, every magazine cover. I finally had to say, we're not doing any more of that. I don't remember who it was, but you remember that? They wanted to come in. I was so mad that day. They were doing some shoot on the lake or something. I was like, no, we don't need any more magazine covers. They need to go play. But I'm not going to deal with that this summer. We might actually get some offensive linemen on a magazine cover. That'd be a first in the history this summer. But I just want them to just grind and be the best version of themselves, and be who they are, be who we recruited. Not worry about trying to be the next Clee or the next whatever. Just like Clee wasn't trying to be the next Vic Beasley and so forth. He just trying to be a great Cleveland Furl. So that's really more how we go about it.
I think Xavier separated himself at all, or is it
Xavier Thomas?
Or is it those three?
He's still not as consistent as we want him to be, but he's separated himself from a pass rush standpoint. I mean, he's pretty special. and he's getting better and better. He's really that part of his game that he's pretty natural with. But just being a consistent guy, play in and play out, situational understanding, not trying to do too much sometimes, play the job and technique that we need, and then go from there, react from there. But he's done a really nice job. I mean, there's no question. It's very easy to see that he's the furthest along as far as a guy who's played a lot. And Justin would be right there too. Justin's a very, very instinctive, savvy player. He's got what, 2 years left. He's gonna be a productive guy. I really am excited about where he is on his progression. He's in a good place.
How often have you seen a hit as clean as the one that Xavier had on Syracuse's quarterback last year?
Did he have one at Texas A&M too? I can't remember. But it was pretty clean. It was pretty good. You might want to block that guy. Somehow he got loose. But yeah, he's fast. He's explosive. I mean, he can get from point A to point B in a hurry. He creates a lot of strain, and he's 260 pounds and he's strong. So he's strong enough to bull people and then convert it to speed, which makes him a pretty unique guy.
Been hearing such great things about Tyler Davis, but Coach Venables talked about that whole young defensive tackle group out there, eagerness to learn, spend time in the film room. How unique is that? How much do you think that's trickled down from the group that just left?
Yeah, well, I think Niles and Jordan deserve some credit for that too. I think both of those guys have been kind of thrust into a role they've never been in, and they've taken ownership of that. And the fact that they can't practice this spring too. So I mean, they all bring something right now. They're all good at something and terrible at other things. So it's like there's but the combination of the group is pretty fun to watch. Tyler Davis is a very natural. He's an athletic kid, but he's not great with his hands yet. Rook, freak athlete, raw. Logan Cash, probably the best we got with his hands. He's explosive power, great with his hands, but still has a lot to learn. E.T., he's kind of a combination of all those things. Long, physical, twitchy, and it's picking up. Man, I like that. Don't stop believing. That's old school. You're telling your age right there, man. That was a good one. But they're a fun group. Darnell is really fundamentally in a good place. Knowledge-wise, he's in a good place, but just physically needs to make some strides this summer.
Tyler's been talked about so much. Are you surprised at all with how well he's come in?
Well, I mean, part of it gets talked about a lot is because, he's getting 1 million reps as a high school senior. You get somebody that's getting the type of reps that he's getting, it's just the way it is. It's just where we are. But he's also, he can only be related to the group that he's with right now, and he's done a great job, with the group that he's with the opportunity that he's had. Nobody's going to mistake him for Christian Wilkins right now. He just doesn't have that knowledge, but he is above the curve for a typical kid walking in. He's way above the curve, and he's just going to get better. So I like where he is, and hopefully he'll continue to show improvement. And by the time we get to August 29th, I think he'll be ready to play, be ready to win for us.
You mentioned you were ahead with the kicking game last time we spoke with you. Is any improvement there?
Yeah, just one day. Potter had a good day today. That's kind of what I told him. That's I told him I lost the bet. I bet that he would come out and shank the first one. Didn't even think about kicking all spring, but man, he was right out of the gate, first 3 for 3. So just it was really good to see him have a good day today. Now let's have a good day Wednesday. We just need some consistency. He certainly can do it. It's just a matter of really just getting really dialed in, and because we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him. He can be a real weapon for us for sure.
You talked about all the photos last year for the D-line. I would predict that Trevor and Justin will be requested quite a bit by the magazine folks this year.
Yeah.
They obviously
They requested a lot last year.
right. Do you think that they're as prepared as maybe those guys in the D line were for what's in store? As you know, it's one thing to be freshmen that are hyped. It's another thing to have a national championship ring and be hyped.
Yeah, they're in the process of being prepared. Those guys last year have been around here a while, and they knew the lay of the land, knew exactly what was coming, and you're able to have a mindset for it. I think those guys are in that. That's kind of a process that's taking place right now. Just the experience from last year has well prepared them for sure. Because they skilled guys get a lot of pub, especially quarterbacks. So he was exposed to a lot last year, and obviously playing on a big stage. But this summer coming into it will be a different aspect for him, and we'll do a good job of helping him. All those guys, kind of manage the intensity of preseason and stuff like that. But the good news is you're dealing with, as y'all know, very level-headed young people. They got their feet on the ground. They're not up in the clouds or anything like that. So that makes it easy.
Travis was saying.
Speaking of quarterbacks, you've had a chance to look at Tyson since he's been here. Where's he progressed?
Tyson.
Tyson.
Looks like Tyson, but it's Tyson. He's doing really well. I'm very, very encouraged with him. We hit on him. He'll be a good player. He'll be a good player. He's gotten better and better and better. Very conscientious. Love his demeanor. Has really good arm talent. He looks a little different. He's kind of it's almost like a dart throw, but it's accurate and it's there in a hurry. And he processes it and he can really run. Very athletic. So I'm real encouraged with Tyson and the progress he's made. This is a big spring for him, and he'll be light years ahead come August. And it certainly has helped having two really great models to watch every day in Trevor, and that's what we don't have at the D-line. We don't have that every day in the drill work, every day in the group in front of you. We got old tape, but Tyson's got two just perfect models in Chase and Trevor in front of him to really say, all right, let's go and demonstrate. So it's been good.
Travis was saying Ingod has really impressed him so far. What is it about him?
He's just big and strong and plays fast and great ball skills, and he's very sudden and twitchy. He's a ready guy. He's just a guy that gets it. He and Frank, they're just incredibly talented young players that are as ready as anybody we've ever had come in here. I haven't had many guys show up ready, but those two guys they're as close to what I would say ready as a freshman as you can have. So very, very encouraging. Let me tell you, Speck ain't far off. He played a lot of defense too, so he's kind of becoming a one-way player. But man, he's really talented. Speck's gonna be a great player.
Did DK rep at corner again today?
He did. He repped at corner, and he's doing he really did a great job in the scrimmage for really one day of work, and did a heck of a job in the scrimmage. So continuing to rep him a little bit there, and we'll cross train him probably the rest of the spring.
Did you stick with the grouper in Florida with Coach Saban?
I did. It was a great meal. I came up $64 short, had to reach in my pocket for $64 more, but it was good. It was great.
Do y'all talk about football at all, or just?
Well, I wasn't with him. He brought me a gift certificate. Hey man, you got to take it however you get it. I was just with my family and some friends, but it was a great meal, and we missed each other by like a day because their spring break was different than ours. But we had a good time. It was fun.